Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me on another of my monologues. Well, today is a little bit about free speech. I want to tell you about a talk that is going on with the lovely Clive de Carle, Sandy Adams and myself, and a guest appearance of Clive Edwards in Glastonbury. Now, originally, this was going to be a little time ago, and it was going to be at the Town Hall in Glastonbury. But oh, no, the Town Hall, the people behind that, the council, they said, no, we can't have these people because they're all conspiracy theorists, and oh no, we can't subject the people of Glastonbury to any of their notions. My goodness, no. So they cancelled us. They said, shut the doors, barricade the windows, throw bananas and apples and tomatoes and cabbages at them if they dare come anywhere near. So, of course, that was a bit of a blow. And Roseanne, the lovely organiser who's been trying to put this together, came back and said, well, you know, what would you like to do? And we said, well, if maybe we could find another venue, because we have been in Glastonbury and other venues. And she said, well, there is one other venue that we've been to before. They're quite happy to have you, but it's quite small. But she says, I've got an idea. Maybe we'll try the church. Oh, the church. They're open-minded, aren't they? Of course they are. Oh, praise the church and all those who serve in there. And they were all right for a bit until in the middle of the night, at about 3 a.m, a phone call comes and it says, hello, mate. I wouldn't have that Richard Vobes, or the Sandy Adams, or the Clive de Carle, or any of them. Don't do that too often because it really buggers up your throat. That's what she said to the bloke on the phone and put the phone down. Anyway, they cancelled it. Can you believe it? They cancelled it. Nope, the church shut its doors. Says you can't come in. A bit like during COVID when they shut their doors then. Do you remember? If you wanted a little bit of sanctuary away from everybody else where there's nobody around, you could sit in a church where there'd be no virus getting through those stone walls, especially in those ancient ones in the rural, in the middle of nowhere, and you couldn't get in. You could bang on the door and say, sanctuary, sanctuary. No, not bloody likely. You're not coming in our church with your virus. And so it would seem that we weren't allowed to go in to that particular church, whichever one it was now, I forget, and come in with our virus of free speech, alternative ideas or suggestions or help for people, you know. Nope. No, can't have that. However, so far, fingers crossed, and let's hope it will happen, there is a third venue. It comes in threes, you see, doesn't it? So let's hope they don't cancel on this one. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, on the 4th of July, if you're up for a little bit of chat, something that, you know, very subversive and, my goodness, is going to upset lots of people, then come to the Compton Dundon Village Hall. And it's a funny old name, isn't it? I'll put the picture of the flyer on the screen. The Compton Dundon Village Hall in Ham Lane. And you'll see a load of old hams on the stage, hamming it up. There's a postcode there, but it's all on the screen. From 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock on the 4th of July, with a guest appearance by Clive Edwards, who I've interviewed on the show several times. So there we are. Bit of free speech for you. And talking about free speech, I'm interested, I'm curious, you know, because I've been writing my book, ding, all of that sort of stuff, and I'm about to print it. Do you know of any books these days which are a bit like Lady Chatterley's Lover? Oh, no, we've got to ban it, Actually, I thought I might buy Lady Chatterley's Lover and have a good old read and see, you know, what the sensibilities were back in the 50s, was it? When they had the trial and they said, oh, it's all sedacious and you can't have this and there's too much of that, whatever was in it, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to find out. But are books a bit like that now being banned on, say, some of these big places like Amazon and what have you? Are they being turned away? Are you a writer who's had your works? Oh, no, we're so sorry. We can't accept that. It's a bit too naughty. Because we know that platforms like this one that I'm on, and some of the others now, it's amazing, isn't it? Some of the others have said, oh gosh, we can't let the English people see it. People in the United Kingdom, well, that's obviously just a corporation, but people in England and Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland or any of those sort of, you know, we can't let them see it. Oh no, we're going to have to ban them. We've seen platforms which were like that, unless of course you're very clever with a VPN, whatever VPN, virtual panic number, is it? I don't know, something like that, who cares? If you've got one of those, then apparently you can circumnavigate through. And mostly, you know, if something is cancelled, if something is banned, people hear about it and they want to know about it. They say, well, why? Why are you covering our ears and not letting us have a go and hearing what's got to be said? Yesterday I was working on some cover ideas for my book, which I hope doesn't get banned. And I was doing various bits and pieces on it, and Julia came over and we were doing a bit of proofreading, and then it would go to some other proofreaders, and then soon, and also got a quote in from some printers to have it in a hardback form like Tess Laurie's recent book. And it just looks lovely with a dust cover and all of that. So we may well put that together. And I said, have you got a template to lay it all out? And he said, well, there is a sort of vague template, and a template for the fly sheet and all of this, and how many books and how many pages you'll get done and what it will look. So it was great. So I'm hoping that the printers won't go, God, this is subversive work. This is subversive. We can't print that. But the thing about print, as we all know, is it's much more trickier, is it not, to get rid of it once it's out there, once it's dispersed, because you can hide it, you know, whereas digital stuff can be switched off. Digital stuff can be edited, like some of these big self-publishing platforms can say, yeah, it's too subversive, we'll take out that, we'll re-edit that, we'll re-edit that, we don't tell the author, don't tell the audience, and who knows. And you know, maybe that does go on. I have no notion that it does. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Free speech. It's very important that we're able to speak freely so that we can listen to everybody's comments and everybody's thoughts and everybody's ideas, even if they are stupid and ridiculous and they have absolutely no place. We ought to be able to do that, don't we? Of course, there are those out there that not only do they think that they've got the right to sort of ridicule other people. I mean, it's one thing sort of having a free speech and saying, well, I think that's wrong, I don't think that's right. Then there's another thing, the lowest form of wit, of course, is to ridicule somebody who perhaps you've never met, and then try and get them banned from platforms and things like that. I mean, that is, you know, scraping right down at the bottom of the barrel. But it goes on, apparently. Apparently it does. You know, but who knows? Who cares? You just let them get on with it, because slugs will always fester, won't they? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have some free speech, and do come along. It'd be lovely to see you if you get a chance to Glastonbury and some of the other events. Hope to be out on the road fairly soon with the book and saying, here it is, if you'd like to read it, buy it or whatever, and support the old Voby one-eyed Kenobi, which would be very kind of you. And incidentally, you can support, of course, in the links in the comment bit area. You know, no matter what people say, you can keep the channel going. Until next time, toodle pip, bye for now.